Loblaws reported nearly $800 million in profits in the third quarter, while families are paying sky-high prices for groceries.
So, I just went and get groceries. I live in downtown Toronto, and I just paid $107.20.
Grocery prices could be taking a bite out of your wallet, but predatory pricing could be making it worse.
This is $300 in groceries in Canada right now. I didn't buy meat and I don't buy organic produce either.
So tell me why this little list added up to $245.
Let me ask you something. How is a single income family supposed to survive right now in Canada? Because grocery prices, they're not just high anymore. They're out of control. Food, something every human being needs to survive, has quietly become a luxury for many families. And here's the shocking reality. 1 in 3 Canadian families can't afford enough food to properly feed their children. Think about that. This isn't a third world country. This is Canada. Parents are skipping meals, buying less, choosing cheaper, lower quality food, just to make it through the week. And while all of this is happening, we keep hearing the same thing. Things are improving. Inflation is under control. But if that's true, then why are so many families struggling just to buy groceries? Why does it feel like no matter how hard you work, you're still falling behind? Because something doesn't add up. In this video, we're going to break down why grocery prices in Canada are so high, how single income families are barely surviving, and what this means for the future of everyday life. So make sure you watch till the end.
Can we just take a minute to talk about how expensive groceries are in Canada? Because this is getting out of hand. It's getting a little ridiculous. I had the smallest list in the world, and I will read you what I have. Rice, chicken, ground beef, cottage cheese, cereal, chips, bubblies, frozen strawberries, and energy drinks. So I had 3 packages of chicken. I got 2 that are chicken thighs, 1 chicken breast, and I got like a 2-pack of 1 pound each, like a ground beef. So tell me why this little list added up to $245 after tax, which was $7.54. What the actual...
This economy is so messed up. You just buy some groceries and it feels like you're irresponsible with your money. Like you end up asking yourself questions like, did I really need that shampoo and that deodorant, or am I just spoiled? Did I really need that garlic powder seasoning and that olive oil, or what, man? Like, it's crazy.
I feel like only Canadians might get this, but I just had to stop at Foodland, pick up a couple things because it's Holiday Monday, and I thought I'd grab some stuff from lunches, and I just got to thinking, what's it like for people that actually get groceries at Foodland? What's that like for you? Do you live in a castle? Do you have a personal chef and a helicopter that takes you everywhere? Because I don't know what that is like, or if there are actual Canadians that can afford to get groceries, like full groceries at Foodland, but it is not this girl. Holy.
Your soaring grocery prices just paid for luxury upgrades on Galen Weston's private island. Loblaws reported nearly $800 million in profits in the third quarter, while families are paying sky-high prices for groceries and their own employees are having a tough time making ends meet. And what did they do with those profits? They spent nearly $700 million on stock buybacks. Stock buybacks happen when a company uses its profits to buy its own shares to drive up the stock price and reward their wealthy investors. How insulting is it that instead of paying Alberta workers a living wage or lowering grocery prices to help families put food on the table, that Loblaws has chosen to reward its shareholders who contribute absolutely nothing to the success of the company? So every time you hear Galen Weston or some other grocery robber baron tell you that margins are thin or that your grocery prices are rising because of inflation, remember this: they're full of shit. Your soaring grocery prices just paid for luxury upgrades on Galen Weston's private island. This is corporate greed at its worst. And here's the bottom line. If billion-dollar grocery chains won't put people before profits, then it's time the public step in and make them. Because affordable groceries aren't a luxury good, they're a human right.
We're a family of 5 living in Ontario, Canada. I film our weekly grocery hauls. This is from Walmart, so let's see what we got. For starters, for milk, we got oat milk, milk for the girls, and then you guys are going to see a lot of snacks in this haul because this was our monthly stock up. So we got these for the baby, these for the girls for school, veggie straws, mashed potatoes for shepherd's pie, pretzels, yogurt covered raisins, these for me for breakfast and the baby as well, chips for mommy and daddy, and then for the kids, Nutri-Grain bars, Special K bars, animal crackers, chocolate chip crackers. We got these for the girls for school, Gabby Dollhouse for the girls for school, these for the baby to have a snack, spicy french fries, this is my husband's favorite. We got these for the shepherd's pie. We got 2 things of chicken stock. We got these sausage meats that I'm using for a tater tot casserole recipe. 2 things of Cheez-Its. These were on sale. Potatoes. These, have you guys seen this TikTok going around everywhere with the chicken thigh recipe? I'm going to be doing that. Garlic powder I needed more of. The tater tots, obviously, for the tater tot casserole. Pierogies, peppers, pasta noodles, you know, what's this called? Kraft dinner? No, mac and cheese. Sorry, my brain for March break madness. Fruit soups for the casseroles, pasta sauce, another thing of fruits, and carrots. So the grand total to all of this was $201.68.
Canada's food inflation report came out today. It's bad. Very bad. The worst in the G7 bad. Food inflation is getting so out of control. Here we have one small itty bitty piece of meat. This is in Edmonton. How much do you think this piece of meat is? $34. Most people don't even make $34 an hour. This beautiful one piece of steak is going to feed your entire family. You're going to have to cut that up into 10 pieces. Here's 2 mini pieces of steak for $44. You're not even going to be able to feed your children this steak. Look how small this is. That's how bad things are. This is in Alberta, Edmonton. We might as well fly to Vietnam because I heard Canadian beef there is half the price.
So I just went and get groceries. I live in downtown Toronto and I just paid $107.21 going to 2 different grocery stores. Let's see what I got. So my first stop was No Frills on Front Street and I got some handy dandy for $12.50, 6 chicken thighs for $9, 30 eggs for $9.50, 2 natural peanut butter for a total of $11.94. They were $5.96. Lactose-free milk for $5.50. Milk is getting really expensive in Canada, but don't explain to me why it is. $1 chocolate milk, it was on sale, so I thought I could do some smoothies, protein shakes. Udon was on sale for $4.99. This is the first time I try it, but I'm really excited to start it. There's about 5 different portions. Toast was $2. It was on sale. It's normally $4. And the last bit is produce. I'm gonna kind of show you and tell you how much it is. So I got 2 bags of oranges. They were $2.99 each, so the total came out to $6 for the bunch. Also, I got tomatoes. They were $4 for the entire container. Bananas, here I got 4 bananas for 91 cents. Pineapple was $2.99. Celery stalk was $1.99. Baby spinach was $1.99 as well. Bok choy I got for $3.84. I also tried these new mushrooms and this was $1.49 also on sale. So this is the total for No Frills and the total was $83.25. Okay, so then I went to Metro and this is always more expensive, but my rationale for this was that I'm gonna try to make kimchi soup, so I absolutely need kimchi. This was $14.99, and then some Kraft singles for burgers or for, you know, homemade egg McMuffins. This was $4, so $3.99, and then 2 extra firm tofu. A total was $5, so they were $2.49 each. And that's it. That's the total for $107.21 worth of groceries in downtown Toronto. See you next time.
Hello. Let's go to the Canadian grocery store together. I've lived here for like 2 months almost, and you can kind of see in the background, this Freezin' Bros right here is my favorite grocery store in the world here. It is so cute and like the perfect combination of like Harmon's and Trader Joe's, but you know, obviously in Canada. So let's go. I've got my reusable bag, which is a must if you ever go to the grocery store in Canada. I cannot tell you how many times I have forgotten a bag and then ended up having to like either pay for a paper bag or just like shove as much of my groceries into my purse as I can. So I've started keeping them in my car so that I always have them with me. But let's go in and see what we can find. Okay, I'm home. Just pulled into the garage. I'll take you inside and show you what I got. Looks like someone was waiting for me to get home. Let's do a grocery haul with my giant Lululemon bag. First up, oh, receipt. A baguette because I'm making crostinis for the dinner we're making tonight. You saw this already, but I got the goods. Fun fact, these are actually lower caffeine here. You can see it's 140 milligrams. In the US, they're 200 milligrams. So that has been an adjustment. A good one, I might add, but an adjustment. 2 things of grape tomatoes. We're making like I'm making like an Italian grinder inspired salad tonight. So I got some of those for that. And then I was thinking I was going to do like a cheese bake thing to go with crostinis with our baguette, but we'll see how that all plays out. Then I got lettuce for the salad. I got all the meats for the salad, some ham, some salami, and some pepperoni. Delicious. And then I cannot resist a good piece of brie. This is triple cream brie. This is literally like butter. It's so good. It is so good. So I'm imagining this on the crostinis that I'm going to make, and my mouth is watering. Then I got some mozzarella to go into our salad, some garlic for the cheese bake, and last but not least, some mayo for the dressing that goes on the salad. So yeah, there we go. That's my little grocery haul Canadian experience for everyone. Hope you're having a great day. Bye.
Grocery prices could be taking a bite out of your wallet, but predatory pricing could be making it worse. You see, what predatory pricing does is when you order groceries online and Jane gets charged 50 cents for this apple, but Lily gets charged 75 cents for this apple, even though they're the same product. It's wrong and it's costing you money. So here in Manitoba, we've got a bill to ban predatory pricing. It's going to take a bite out of surveillance capitalism, another way that we can protect your data and save you money.
This is $300 in groceries in Canada right now. I didn't buy meat and I don't buy organic produce either, though I wish I would. I swear 2 years ago, shops like this were half that price. So it's no big surprise that people are struggling financially in Canada these days. Not to mention the average salary is $68,000 a year and the average hourly wage is $35 an hour. So really, to buy $300 in groceries, somebody has to work basically 2 days out of the week just to pay for groceries for that week. I don't know how families are operating off of one income, and I really don't know how single parents are even making ends meet right now. I am so glad that I started a digital marketing business 4 months ago to help supplement income, because if I hadn't, I have no idea how I would have paid for these groceries. One sale of my digital product brings me in about $640 Canadian, which is almost groceries for 2 weeks. Almost. Because this isn't even everything for a week. And okay, those pizzas don't all get eaten in 1 week. They're there for the nights that we need something quickly for kid sports. Other than that, these are the basics for like a week. Honestly, my only regret with digital marketing is I wish I had started sooner, because I would have seen success sooner, and I sat on the sidelines watching for months on end. I waited till I lost my job and desperately needed an income to actually jump in and get started. At that point, I was panicking about paying for groceries like this.
Hey, whoa. Food prices are rising. Here's some information. I'm Evan from the Downtown Eastside Emergency Supply Hub. You know, with the conflicts going on around the world, we're already seeing a rise in gas prices. And of course, rising gas prices leads to higher transportation costs. But those numbers don't take into account that that area of the world also transports about 30% of the global fertilizer, as well as 50% of the global supply of sulfur, which is used to make the fertilizer. So because of that, experts are saying that we're going to see a 10 to 15% increase in food cost as early as the end of the month, which is quite scary, because that's an extra $400 to $600 a year for the typical BC family. And we don't have that. You know, a lot of us are just getting by. So I really want to stress the importance of buying local and buying seasonal. You know, seasonality leads to lower prices, leads to fresher product. And if we want to keep our families healthy and financially stable, buying local and seasonal is more important than ever right now. And reach out to your local food-based nonprofits, because I know they're preparing for these things to happen. I know us at the Hub are, trying to source as much product as we can to try and help out the community that is going to feel this jump in the next couple weeks if things continue on the way they are. So hope everyone has a good day. As I find out more, I'll keep updating, but like and follow. Take care of yourself.
So now you've seen the reality, and honestly, it's hard to ignore. When families in Canada are struggling to afford basic food, that's not just inflation. That's a system under pressure. Because food isn't optional, it's not a luxury. It's a basic human need. And yet, more and more people are being forced to make impossible choices, pay rent, or buy enough groceries, feed themselves, or feed their kids first. And that shouldn't be normal. But the most important question is this: what are you seeing around you? Are grocery prices getting worse in your area? Are people you know struggling to keep up? Or maybe you're going through it yourself right now. Share your experience in the comments, because real stories matter more than statistics. And if this video opened your eyes even a little bit, like this video, it helps spread awareness. Subscribe for more real updates like this, because I'm going to keep breaking down what's really happening, without filters, without sugarcoating. And one last thing, don't ignore this. Because when basic needs like food become unaffordable, that's a sign of something much bigger. Stay aware, stay informed. I'll see you in the next video.